Hello, I'm Mark,
I'm Casey.
And I'm Patrick.
and today we're going to talk about own your own supercharger. But first, Casey's going to roll that title card.
Roll your own.
You're watching the Tesla Life Express!
And just a correction off the start, I did not say roll your own. That was Casey. I said own your own. So,
I want one in my garage.
Yeah. So you have to be one of these like BPs ordering 100 million of them to roll your own. We still have good news either way, though.
Exactly. So this story came out this week of Tesla saying, "Put your logo here," and showing a picture of a supercharger. So what's going on with this private supercharger, Casey?
Well, over the years, there have been rumors of the private supercharger program, and occasionally there would be like decommissioned superchargers that would show up, and you'd be limited to 60 kilowatts or 72 kilowatts, or I think eventually 90 kilowatts. And then we started to see these news groups say that, oh, so and so's got their own charging network coming out, and they showed us a picture, and it was a V4 supercharger. And then BP is coming out with supercharger with their charging network, and it was clearly a V4 supercharger with different graphics than the first one. Well, now, and then between now and then, they kind of solidified that and said, hey, this is a deal. For some of these, they'll just sell the hardware, and then the customer is doing the install and the maintenance. And for others, you buy them from us, and we will install them and maintain them, and you collect your cut. And this extends it to more businesses. You don't have to be a nationwide or multinational conglomerate. You can get it down to like a region, or maybe even just as small as one office. Obviously, you'll need to get enough stalls to make it worth the charge. You don't want to get one and a cabinet, because that would be hyper expensive. Yeah, I want it for my parking spot at work, but just me.
Unless you only work half hour a day, level 2 is probably good enough.
Probably better for it too.
Yeah.
and so they show the graphic of it's got a Tesla V4 supercharger dispenser, and then right where the Tesla logo would normally be, there's a big old generic your logo here circle, and it's going to be the hardware, the software, the management, and then they still are. I still believe they're still allowing you to allow them to be your provider of this. But I think, depending on how it's worded here, I think that you can actually buy the hardware and install it yourself now. Not like at home, but with with proper certified professionals, you can install it yourself, which is kind of cool.
So this is kind of interesting that, as you mentioned before, that there are some larger networks that have decided they were going to use Tesla software and equipment they were going to buy from Tesla, and they were allowing that, BP being one of them. But now this is, like you said, it's going down even a level smaller, where maybe a group that runs an office or a couple of offices wants to give their employees the ability to supercharge, or they realize that they're on a route that's close to, say, a highway access point. And it makes sense for not only to provide it to the employees, but you could actually make some money, because in your area, you would be the only supercharger around, and you have great highway access. So why not?
Especially if you have a business where people will dwell and patronize your business, because now you've got them held there for a little bit longer, because they want to. Oh, let me just get another extra 5 miles of range. Let me just hang out here for a little bit longer, and that might be another sale. I've got on screen now a slide that we have seen before, when the prefabs came with the V4 dispensers, and you can see the difference with the bespoke setup that Tesla tries not to use now, and then you can see the prefab where they just kind of crane it on in and then plug it in to a lightly prepared site and then roll. and they've got this now, but it's going to only improve once they get the V4 natives, because those 4 will be 8, and that cabinet will be not needing any DC trenching between the various cabinets. It'll just be one thing, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again, Tesla iterating the design and installation now. Again, looking to reduce connections, reduce time, reduce materials, and thereby reduce cost overall.
Yeah, I have a feeling you might be able to jump the line a little bit if you tell them I want a mega block to go with my mega charger.
You think? What's the price of a mega block roughly? That's we're
I guess it's
millions of dollars.
Millions for sure. I'm gonna guess it's 4x of the
yeah, it's 4
of the
megapacks.
V3s.
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna that would get you to the front of the line, I'm sure.
Yep.
Just an extra $1 million and 4 superchargers. But Mark, you mentioned a use case I hadn't thought about. So I mean, there might be a lot of reasons a business would want this, but say for example, you had an office and now post-COVID, a lot of people work from home and it's working great. And you're like, hey, we don't need to bring back everybody to the office because this work from home thing's working great. We've seen some people here, so I'm not going to sell the building. But now I have a parking lot that's 2 or 3 times bigger than I needed, and the freeway is right there. Let's bring in a couple food carts and some supercharging and make get that part of the parking lot working for us again. And one of the things here, the businesses actually they buy the superchargers. They have a service contract with Tesla, so they get maintained, and you need to have them maintained. That's one of the things we've talked about with so many of the other networks. Their uptime is just horrible. And if you're a driver and you're depending on something, you can't have it down for weeks at a time. You need to have it with 97, 99% uptime.
Yeah, and so now you've got a fresh revenue source, and for your handful of employees that come in for the meeting rooms, they can do the meeting and then leave efficiently, and then same for your whoever they're meeting in there, your customers, your regulators, whoever you need your people to be professional in front of. If they are driving a NACS compatible vehicle, they can have ingress and egress and get a little bit of scratch on it from so.
Exactly. I was only thinking about it for retail businesses where you wanted to bring in customers, but I mean there's a whole nother use case that might work for also. And if we're just thinking of a couple of them here, just 1 minute.
Our friends at Barkerville.
Yeah, there's could be lots of other use cases where this would make sense.
Yeah, you don't have to hang a police only sign; it'll be in the police station, and
that's right.
Yeah.
Who's gonna get in your way?
Yeah, who's gonna bother you in the police department? Yeah, exactly. So you get the extra security option thrown in for free.
Yeah, or you could say chief and assistant chief only, and I don't think it's a good use of the asset, but
no,
you could
probably
do
not.
that. You could do that, and then they don't have to worry about this is too slow for what we need in between shifts, or like we saw in Fremont where the confiscated Model S ran out of charge on a pursuit because the previous officer didn't plug it in the shift before. Not that they don't run out of gas on these things, on these chases, but it was just it made the headlines because people love to see doom and gloom and this is why electric can never work, blah blah blah. But the guy had said if I had plugged it in, it would have been fine.
Model S, it didn't have a police radio, so he could never transmit that information that he was in a pursuit and could see that he was going to run out and another officer would have to come out and take his place. That didn't happen.
Mark is clearly being facetious because the radio is the only reason we knew that he ran out of charge. Because for all we know, he was running along just to see how fast he could go, and then he just peeled off in the pack.
Right, but if you in that case, here's one where if you're buying a fleet of EVs. And you have to install this stuff anyway for your own use. Why not install a few extra that you make open to the public to become a revenue stream for you if you have the space for it?
Exactly.
Yep, makes a lot of sense.
Or say you've got a snowplow business and you got a bunch of Cybertrucks, and you don't know what people's driveways are going to be like because snow is heavy and unpredictable. Well, not unpredictable, but less regular. And all of a sudden, your guys have got half their driveways done, but they need a little boost. Well, if they come back to the office for any reason, boom, you got them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is kind of interesting. It will be really interesting to see what businesses take advantage of this.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the Supercharger drone army will find out. There will be no doubt about that.
Yeah.
If we constantly talk about the one site that's all about superchargers, which is
Giga Buffalo.
www.supercharge.info. And I am
Mm-hmm.
sure that they will be all over this when it starts happening. It'll be interesting to see what businesses take it up. And will they be smaller than regular? Will there be 4-packs instead of 8s? Or will there be some sort of consensus that 8 is the way to go? But I guess it depends on use case and location.
Well, the V4 native, it supports 8 out of the box. So will they be amenable to you doing a half install? Maybe. Or will they, right as they get ready to do the switch, will Giga Buffalo crank out a bunch of V3 pluses to handle that? That's a good
I
question.
think these have to be V4 with the longer cables and the
and the V4
universal-
dispensers, but
Yeah.
the V3 is a 4-pack, and the V4 native is an 8-pack.
I see.
So if they wanted to sell a bunch of 4s instead of 8s, I'm thinking that would be maybe the way to do it, unless it is cost effective to do half of a V4 native.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say out there watching this? Does this make sense to you? Do you know businesses that could benefit from this? Do you know some businesses that are already running maybe other charging networks that you could see would make sense that they could own some of this revenue as opposed to just leasing land out?
Hey, Apple
Let us
Green
know
in
in
New
the
Jersey.
comments. Yeah, let us know in the comments what you
Mm-hmm.
think and what sites that you've seen out there and how you think that this could benefit those businesses or benefit Tesla. Let us know.
Yeah. Because if you're an exclusive charging provider in New Jersey or any other place that you manage to make an agreement, and you want to kick Tesla out, I wonder if they would give you theirs at a discount to slap your logo on it, or they just reinstall where they took theirs out, put yours in, and maintain it for you. Then you can make a profit because your business is managing the convenience stores and the gas stations, not
Right.
actually doing charging.
Yeah.
And so you get all the benefit and most of the money without having to deal with these. You got to get your transformers installed, and you got to, this company has this part and that company has that part, and you got to think about it. Let the experts do it.
Yeah.
Collect your VIG.
Exactly. With that said, let's do some shout outs. Patrick, what do you got for us first this week?
As always, I'm with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at oeva.org. Check out our events page. We've always got something cool going on. And as always, I blog at carswithcords.net where I write about my future free from fossil fuels. Thanks.
Yeah.
Perfect. Casey, what do you have?
Catch us on Sunday on Let's Chat with Casey and Friends. And then catch us again on Monday for the Tesla Life Express Edition 2.
Beautiful. Well, everyone,
And live on
thanks.
Wednesday.
Yep, that's right. Coming up on Wednesday, we'll be live again. If you want to follow us through the week, you can visit our X page. That is at the Tesla Life. Join us there and see what's happening in between shows. If you haven't got enough of it already, you can get even more. But with that said, thanks so much for being here, and we'll get together next time, and we will figure out what's happening in the Tesla Life together.